Hello, welcome to a new episode, or actually just any episode, or actually, alright. Alright, how's it going? How you been? Welcome to season 2 of Reviving Hull City. If you've not seen season 1 or episode, the first one, recap is we ended the season in 7th place. We missed out on the playoffs, so we didn't get through, but we did have complete one objective, which was kind of getting our finance or debt out the way, because we had someone take over us, so that's kind of out the way. But nonetheless, we want to try and still profit with money. Now, obviously, you've seen now a lot of things here, but we will get into it more closely so you guys can see some news. So let's get into this. First up, if we go to the league, you already see Hull is first place. We won 6 games, lost 1, 18 points. Very nice, very good. Can't complain, but I think what would be better off to check in the schedule. If you can see in the schedule, obviously our friendlies weren't too great. We had some mixed, bag there. Big games being going losses. I mean, the Man U one was a little bit weird, but I feel like they were playing, maybe a second string, I don't know, but that was a little bit of fiddle. The 2v2 all against Nice was quite interesting, but still, nonetheless, you can see our championship was our start of the championship was pretty well. We did play in the Carabao Cup. We won our first round against Derby, but we did lose in Blackburn, which was very unfortunate. The game was just not going our way. We did lose against Ipswich in the championship, which was a little bit also unfortunate. We could have done that a bit better, but nonetheless, overall, it's actually not too bad. Like I said, we're still first place. We're still doing quite well, and if we really think about it, we just been up against teams that we should be beating. We haven't played many teams that we will have more difficulty with, like, for instance, Fulham, Brentford, West Brom, Stoke, Crystal Palace. These teams. We would have more difficulty against them. Oh, Norwich as well. That's a good point. Norwich. So we would have more difficulty against them. We haven't been up against them, so I feel we've been very fortunate with our results, because once we go up against them, I think you get to see a bit of a level of the points. But still, nonetheless, otherwise, it's not too bad. Finance. If we go into finance, we check the debt. We are 0 debt. We still have a transfer debt, but I mean, this is something we just pay over time, and I think we'll probably get it pretty much cleared out. Still, what else? Ooh, one good thing to know, as affiliate wise, we ended up getting an affiliate, not a senior one, just a one where we can send players to. We managed to get is Carlisle, so we can now send players to Carlisle, which is actually not too bad, because sending to the other teams, they wouldn't. It depends how the player, but if we really want a decent amount of people to go and send it to, it'd probably be someone in League 2 or League 1, which would make sense. But also the fact we actually got our 115k from Arsenal at the end of the year, so that's actually a big pug. Anyway, let's get into the transfer, because that's really what you want to see, who we bought and who we sold. We're not going to go into everyone, but we can go into some people. We ended up selling Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith didn't want to play with us, so we ended up looking for an offer. Derby decided to give us 3.5 mil. So I said, you know what, why not? We're going to take that offer from you and take it. Also, the fact I didn't really use Tyler Smith that much last year. If we look in the history, actually, you know what? He did score 10 goals, but still, he did want to leave. He did want to leave, so I decided to do so. Josh Emmanuel ended up leaving us also. This was like a 50-50. Like, he wasn't doing too bad or anything, but you'll find out a reason why we ended up deciding to sell him in the ends. We did sell Andy Cannon to Derby. I mean, I didn't really use him much last year. He played 0. He went out on loan, so to me, he was playing attacking mid. and it's a position I wouldn't really have a player in or any position at all. So I thought I might as well sell him. And Sean McLaughlin. This was kind of like yeah, but I didn't think he was going to get any games with us, and Derby were wanting to buy him, so I said yes also. Most notable probably is Ivanovic leaving us for 1.9k, sorry, to Metalak. We ended up selling him off because I would say more of just wage. We were just cutting down wage, and also the fact I was just like, you know, if I get a deal, I get a deal. 1.9k of profit is not that bad. Also the fact he's quite old, you know, he's 38. I mean, we could probably play him for another year, but couldn't turn him down. So obviously we were trying to make wage structure. Something you probably didn't see properly, but we'll probably go back to it. Sam Bryan, we ended up buying in. He was actually going for a pretty decent deal. I ended up buying him in. I thought he'd be okay until I kind of then swooped for another player. Went for Jojo Kenny, or John Joe Kenny, even. Which I thought was going to be a better one, and we did end up using him more. He ended up being a better fit for the team. Obviously the fact because we bought Sam Bryan in, but then this is why we sold off Sean McLaughlin, because we got Sam Bryan in. We could play Bryan on the left and the right. John Joe Kenny could play center and the right of defense, which is why the deal was made. Another one was we bought in 3 goalkeepers because of that we weren't going to have any loanee goalkeepers. So I decided we're gonna buy some goalkeepers. So we brought in Ryan Alsop, who's actually been performing quite well, and he's been playing all the games. So he's been a good signing so far, and he's been quite well. We brought in Kasper Kolojwik, who I thought would be a good youngster to see how he does. He might not turn out well, but we'll see. But he was free, and we needed goalkeeper just in case the other two ended up injured. And also Joe O'Shaughnessy was another player we brought in that would potentially we'll get him in. If he does well, he does well. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I mean, he's a youngster. We'll have him play in the under 23. We'll see how he does. At least we have him there in case otherwise. Saxon Early was another youngster. Kontamin Noskov was supposed to play in the under 23 because I was going to specifically buy him for the under 20. We ended up playing in the main team, and he's actually been not too bad. 7 appearances, 5 goals, a 7.21 rating, which I would say is really good. He's been developing quite well. He's doing quite well. So to me, it's like, you know what? It's okay. There were 2 pre-contracts that we had that before we started getting these other players in, and that was Kanya Leshabella and Adam Phillips. Adam Phillips, the midfielder, which we decided to try and bring in as a backup in case we weren't going to get any loanees, or because we were going to try and get rid of midfielders. I thought it would be a good midfield to get in. I think it was going to be handy. Also the fact that he plays different kind of positions. Also same with Kanya Leshabella. He plays different kind of positions, and I felt, it would be a good signing. So both were quite good. Actually, I think both are quite young as well. So to me, it was like selling them off wouldn't be too bad. We could have them play for a year or 2 and selling them off later. It wouldn't be as bad as such. We did have some last minute loan signings. We brought back Charlie Patino. He did well for us last year. I thought we'll just we'll go for it. If we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. We ended up getting him, which was good. Pablo Moreno we got in because I wanted to bolster the striking. Didn't want to get someone who's going to be a main striker, but not just a bolster as a backup, which would be quite good. And Aaron Ramsey, because he was available, and I was like, you know what, we're going to bring in Aaron Ramsey. I thought, from Aston Villa, by the way. I thought that'd be quite interesting. Obviously, the fact that he actually only played one game with them last year, so I thought maybe we might be able to give him more games with us. But that's who we brought in. So far, we have had a couple players who's played in 9 of the games. You can see the goal wise, Contamino's Cove is up there. Malik Wilkes has been second. We did promise Malik Wilkes to be attacking right, which we have been trying to play on more attacking right. And then Lewis Potter on the left more, which has been working out okay. Assist wise, Malik Wilkes been up there with then James Scott. James Paul Scott been playing quite a few games as too. He's actually been not doing too bad, right? Rating wise, he's not been too bad. I feel like we can get maybe some decent runs with him this year. I think last year I was a little bit iffy with him, but then I think this year we might. I had to see how many goals he scored. If he's not in the double digits, it's going to be worrying because we want him to perform better. Same with Randall Williams is another player that wants to play on the right. Craig Doherty wants to be sold off for 3.1. We tried to sell him off, we couldn't resell him, but he has been playing a bit and he has been happy with how we're performing. Other than that, the team is quite small. We are keeping it quite small. We do have, however, 23 building up, and if players need to be brought up, we can do so otherwise. So nonetheless, it's actually not that bad. I would say overall not. Oh, I was going to show you one thing I thought would be good to mention. You can see up here we do have a little bit of transfer. Because of all the selling, we did get some transfer budget in. There were a couple of players I was trying to sign in, but they didn't work out because we didn't have enough money or budget. Which was unfortunate. Obviously, you can see we are in the red of the wage budget. We did have to spend a lot of budget money to sort that out, but I'm hoping maybe we'll get some extra. If we do quite well this half of the season, hopefully in the next episode actually, if we do quite well, maybe we might get an extra amount of money. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you had a lot of fun watching that. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you'd like to do so. By all means, you're more than welcome to. Hopefully in the next episode, you'll get to see mid-table. Well, I mean mid-season. Sorry, not mid-table. Mid-season of how we are doing. January transfer, because we'll have the January transfer sorted by then as well. And possibly anything like... Probably just like see how the players do and everything. By the way, I'll catch you later. See you next time. Oh, I do stream on YouTube if you want to check it out on Tuesdays 7 PM. You're more than welcome to. And I also stream on Twitch from Wednesday to Saturday at 7 PM. And you're more than welcome to check them out. These are all in the evening, by the way, just in case otherwise. Anyway, catch you later. See you next time. See you. Hope you have a nice day. Cool.